because of falling space debris.
Lots of video, Daryl, being posted
After a failed SpaceX launch in Deep South Texas.
It happened again. Another SpaceX Starship launch, another explosion, this time disrupting air traffic over Florida and raising some serious questions. But here's the thing, SpaceX wanted to push the limits. They made upgrades, took risks, but still Starship didn't make it. So, what went wrong? What went right? And what does this mean for the future of Mars missions? Stick around because we're breaking it all down right now. Mission kicked off at 5:30 p.m. Central Time at Texas in Boca Chica from SpaceX's starbase located there. This was a big deal, especially after Flight 7 tragically exploded in the launch in January, but this time SpaceX was hoping to improve on those previous failures. One major success, the Super Heavy booster, or the lower half of the rocket, separated as planned and made a spectacular landing back on the launch tower, topped by SpaceX's Mechazilla chopstick arms. That's now 3 successful booster catches, which is a huge milestone in making SpaceX's Starship fully reusable. But the upper stage, Starship itself, didn't fare so well. About 20 seconds before it was supposed to finish the descent burn, SpaceX lost contact with the spacecraft. On the live stream, you could see multiple engine failures that eventually caused the vehicle to essentially spin out of control. According to SpaceX, an energetic event in the aft section of Starship, where the engines are, led to multiple Raptor engine failures. That, in turn, caused a loss of attitude control, and finally a complete loss of communication with Starship, and just like that, the vehicle was gone. So, what exactly happened? SpaceX believes the issue started in the rear section near a tank that contains super chilled liquid oxygen, which is one of the main propellants used on the ship. A leak in that area may have triggered off a sudden pressure loss, damaging several of the Raptor engines mid-flight. With too many engines failing, the spacecraft couldn't maintain stability. Once it lost attitude control, it started tumbling, which made it essentially impossible for it to continue on its flight. The final explosion happened as a result from the vehicle braking under those intense and immense aerodynamic forces. Okay, this time the explosion was actually visible from parts of Florida instead of way down in the Caribbean, which is actually kind of insane. And what was even more insane is that the FAA had to actually cancel flights coming in and out of Florida because of the danger that this debris imposed. The FAA halted flights coming in and out of Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and even Miami. And again, people are starting to notice that this is not the first time that this has happened, right? Because Flight 7 exploded over the Turks and Caicos Islands in January. And what I didn't realize at the time is that some of those pieces of Starship didn't fully disintegrate into the atmosphere because of, my guess is that they weren't traveling at high enough speeds and that probably weren't high up enough in the atmosphere for them to do so. And that actually landed on certain points on the Caribbean island that could have totally damaged a bunch of people. Luckily, nobody really got hurt, but it just is starting to raise more questions on the safety and practicality of future Starship missions. There seems to be a sort of clash with safety and SpaceX's rapid iterative development methods. This is raising concerns as to why experimental test flights are allowed over regions where there is certain significant population densities. And with the association with SpaceX that a very controversial political figure such as Elon Musk has, it's hard to say how the public is going to start viewing SpaceX moving forward, which kind of sucks. Okay, so what happens next? The FAA has already launched another mishap investigation, meaning SpaceX will need to find the root cause of the failure quickly and propose fixes before they get the green light to launch Starship 9. The big question now is whether the FAA should have given SpaceX the green light in the first place before completing the investigation with Flight 7. This being said, I still really support SpaceX's rapid iterative development methods, or in other words, they build, launch, and if it blows up, they fix it and try again. It's all part of their strategy to develop Starship as quickly as possible. After all, this is the rocket that's supposed to take NASA astronauts to the moon, and eventually, humans to Mars. Despite the loss of Starship, I think SpaceX still made a lot of progress with their third booster landing. And in true SpaceX fashion, they'll be back at it again soon with another attempt. But how many more explosions is it going to take SpaceX until they're ready for actual missions? That's the question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video, and check out my other video on SpaceX Flight 7 explosion and a breakdown of it there if you enjoyed this one. All right, thank you so much.